afternoon. My name is Shayne Timm. I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Roku streaming stick today. Okay, there's a piece of technology on the market now that can revolutionize the way you access your media. The piece of tech I will be talking about today is the Roku streaming stick. I've been using one of the streaming sticks in my home for past few months now, and I really enjoy it, and I found a legitimate way to cut the cable cord. It's a great alternative to cable. Today I will be covering a brief overview of the components of the device, what channels and how they are attained, and finally some considerations to account for when using the Roku streaming stick. Now I will cover a quick rundown of the components to give you a basic understanding of what it's comprised of. Now, the Roku streaming stick is nothing special in itself, but it does act as a tiny computer. And an important part of a computer is its processor. Processor is just going to be a tiny chip, and it is the major workload and thinking of your computer. So if you can compare it to a body part, it'd be your brain. Another important component of the Roku streaming stick is the Wi-Fi card. The Wi-Fi card is the way it connects to the rest of the world, and it's an important part. Now, the most important part and what's unique about any streaming device is the operating system, which is going to be the customizable part of its personality. As you can see there, that it looks like nothing but a programmer. That's a language that is changeable. You can adapt that, and that's how you get the different forms of content. Now that I've covered a basic makeup of the device, and you have a small understanding of the operating system and the role that it plays in the device, I will talk about channels and how they can be created. And I'm going to cover what it does. Now, so programmers, it doesn't matter, it's not monopolized. Programmers can write code and write channels. So if you have an understanding of programming, you can create your own Roku channel and add it to the list. So right now, Roku has about 2,000 plus channels right now, ranging from the popular Netflix to the not so known Acorn TV. All this content is it's not as regulated as cable. So you know, cable has a way to decide for its users. Roku does not. Anything that is deemed not pornographic in nature or violent in nature is acceptable for Roku. So some of these channels are, I'll just give you an example. There's one that streams CCTV cameras from around the country. It's extremely boring. You can look at cameras from parking lots around America. So I mean, but it's a channel. It's available. Now, my favorite part of the Roku streaming device is not only does it interact with your television, turning it into pretty much a smart TV, it intermingles with your tablets, laptops, and cell phones. As you can see right there, you can see the Roku remote on the left. Yeah, the left. It's mirrored on your cell phone, so your cell phone can act as a remote. So I know I lose my television remote more than I lose my cell phone. So I use this quite a bit, actually, this application. And with the tablets and PCs, I know with Windows 8.1 operating system, you can project your on-screen display straight to your center console of your home, which is it's a great feature. I use it daily, especially when I'm knocking on my homework. It's so much easier to stare at my TV because it's in a comfortable position in my home. You know. And yeah, so it has all that interoperability. It's flexible with all the channels. It really fit right into my media use. Now that you know the components and how they work together to deliver the content, I will cover some things to consider when you own and use and operate the Roku streaming device. Okay, now there's 2,000 plus channels. Not all of them cost, but some of them do. So you're going to incur a cost for obviously Netflix and Hulu. There's other channels, Sling. So you got to consider, if you're looking at it as a option to cut the umbilical cord that you have with your cable company, that you're going to incur some of that cost to stream these channels. But so a majority of the channels are free, and you can navigate and enjoy the Roku streaming stick by using those channels. Now, the most important part of any streaming device or any new tech is how it works with Wi-Fi. Now, the Roku streaming stick is going to be completely Wi-Fi dependent, and I run into this all the time. It's faster in the morning, slower in the evening, when more people are on the net. So, it's going to be on your internet speed. It can't make anything go faster. It doesn't. That law hasn't been passed where there's a pay-to-play law. So the internet's still wide open. Okay, so today I've covered the components, so you know that the Roku streaming stick is a tiny computer that you put into a TV, making the entire thing a computer, and you stream the channels through that. You know that it functions by organizing media content into one consolidated point where you can access it. And the considerations are, as you know, your internet speed and channel pricing, and some channels are pretty boring, so be in mind. And at this time, are there any questions? See, fancy right there. So.
Is this something that could be purchased, or is it something that's formatted? And if it could be purchased, where, which stores?
That's a great question. It's your local Walmart, Best Buy. You can get it off the internet. It's $49.99, so it's not extremely pricey. There's myriad products to it also. He was speaking about the Amazon Fire Stick. There's Chrome, but yeah, they all work the same way. Did I answer your question? Yes.
When did you find out about this Roku stick?
When did I find out? I knew about Roku because streaming stick is new. Roku was a box, and then streaming stick, I want to say, I was talking to a buddy about Chromecast, and then I just started doing some research, found out about the Roku streaming stick, looked into it a little bit. And yeah, it's fun to play around with because, I mean, so much interaction in between other devices because it's all Wi-Fi operational. So. Any other? Yes.
So, out of all the different types of sticks, streaming stick, Roku, Chromecast, and everything, what makes you believe that Roku's the best out of all?
I do not believe that Roku's the best. I own a Roku, so I can inform you about Roku, but I don't believe that it's the best. Yes.
What do you feel is?
I'm a big Google fan, so I'm gonna go with Chromecast. The only thing with Chromecast, though, I did buy it is it doesn't come with the remote, so you know. Oh, just a sideline. I was gonna have a presentation of the Roku, but I forgot the remote. So yeah, there's that. All right, so there you go. Any other questions?